think we can pull this off. Growth challenge, see who, and everyone's going to start from a seed today, and you're going to monitor, water, and if you're using aquaponics, feed your fish. You're going to do that all for the next 30, 35 days, and we'll come back on May 29th, and we'll see who has the best plant growth. Also, we'll need you to write a one-page essay about your growing process, starting from day 1 to day 35. We'll also want you to take pictures. As soon as you plant your seed, take a picture. And then as soon as you see some form of plant life, something green, you need to take a picture and tell us what day it is.
Using a garden pot, it's very simple. I like to using clay pot, and because it's a porous, it won't be like tracking too much moist. For putting a seed, today I'm choosing is an ochre. I got it from the local store, okay, called Southwest Fertilizer. So the seed, I don't know how, can you see the seed tiny like this? Tiny little seeds right here. So the soil, when you're starting this from seed, you need the soil is called a soil for seeding one. It's more loose. Okay, it's not so much clay. It's easy. It have to be for seeding. So you could go to the farm soil that local fertilizer store. You buy them particularly for seeding only. So what I do is like I punch a hole in here. I hope everybody can see that. I punch a hole in here, deep in. First, you need to read the instruction for the seed, each package you have. And I got this one for you to do 1 scoop from the Southwest Fertilizer. So, usually for the ochre, it's a deep in, you could punch like drill a hole, use the fingers or whatever, something like that. Can you guys see it? Okay.
I can't see you.
Yeah, we can see
it. About me, more about the pot, what I do. It's not. And then I put the seed in, okay, right in the hole, and just cover it up. And then water them. And I put, with the seed young, that time, I'm kind of protecting it. I put it under the half shade area until it pop up. You see the young shoot will popping up, the spout up. Then you put in the full sun and the water every day. That's it.
And I'm going to do a quick presentation on a very simple aquaponics process. Okay, so there's a simple bowl of water, okay? A styrofoam, piece of styrofoam, and I actually cut it. I took this piece off of it, all right, and just cut this, and all this is gonna do is float in the water. I also cut a little square in it, and this little cup will slide in here. This little cup, I've cut some holes in the bottom of it so that it will let the water come through. Also, I cut little simple, all of this came from the dollar store, matter of fact. So I bought a little sponge and I cut this sponge to fit inside of here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put everything back together, and then I'm gonna put a seed in, and we're gonna sit it in water, and the only thing I'm gonna have left to do is add the fish. Okay, so I'm gonna plug this in right quick, okay? And I'm gonna take a pencil and just put a little bitty hole in here, And then I'm gonna be using tomato seeds. So I have a few seeds in here left over, but one thing Connie mentioned is you need to read the back of whatever seed you're gonna use. It will tell you how deep to put the seed, okay? And it'll actually tell you how many days it's gonna take before you see plant growth. This particular deal says 8 to 12 days. But because we're doing aquaponics, some of my students, how many days will we see plant growth? Come on, students. No students? Okay, within 3 to 4 days, we ought to see something. Okay, so it's gonna be hard to see this little bit of seed. This is a tomato seed. So I'm just gonna sit this seed on top of here. I'm gonna put it back in here. And I'm just gonna put this in the water. And it's just floating. And as you can see, the bottom of this is letting water go in, so the seeds will get wet in the sponge and plant growth will start happening. I do need to put the fish in, but I wanted to do a real quick, simple process. And so as the fish eat and waste, that waste will actually cause that seed to grow into a plant.
Show you really quick. We have stations set up. We have aquaponics and we have soil. Team is about to put their seeds into their aquaponics system, and then put the seeds into their pot. Okay. All right. Do you have your seeds into your sponge?
We have our seeds into our sponge.
Excellent. Do you have your other seeds for your pot?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is make a hole in our soil. Everybody listening up. Listen, listen, listen. In our bigger pot that has soil in it, I want you to take your finger and put it down into the soil. Make a little hole with your finger. Yeah, good job. You're gonna go about 3 inches down. Okay. Now, after you do that, I want you to drop your seed in. You're gonna drop your seed in, and I want you to fully cover it. Yeah, make sure it's fully covered. Make sure it's fully covered. And now all we have to do is add a little bit of water, okay? So what we're gonna do, if you could, let's use, so like this one with no fish in it, let's just add a little bit of water to each of their pots. That's fine, that's perfect, perfect. Okay, so our team is gonna come around and bring you some water. You're gonna add a little bit of water to your soil. That works, you did it right, good job. Good job, good job.